Hi, I'm Christina.
Hi, I'm Kim.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, we have such nice weather.
I know. I'm so glad it's spring.
I know, me too. It's perfect running weather.
I know. It's so nice to be outside instead of trapped in the house and no more snow, hopefully.
I know. So what brings you in today?
Well, I'm looking to lose weight, probably like 20 to 25 pounds. I need some help with better food choices.
Okay. And throughout the session, would it be okay if I take notes?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Just so I can refer back to them later. And the purpose of this session is to help you make lifestyle and food modifications that will work for you to help you achieve your goal of losing weight.
Yes. Yep. That sounds good.
Okay. So what does a typical day look like for you?
During the week, the work week, I tend to eat the same breakfast and lunch. For breakfast, I'll have oats and a handful of nuts, and I'll have coffee that I put honey in and almond milk.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's usually usually the same thing Monday through Friday.
Okay. And how do you prepare your oats?
I put fresh fruit and frozen fruit on it. I use frozen mangoes sometimes, or blueberries or strawberries. And I always use half an apple
Okay.
on it. And I try to portion control, maybe like less than a quarter cup of like each thing. If I use a couple different fruits, and for an apple, like I'll use half an apple. I'll cut up an apple, put half in my oatmeal, and then save half to have with my lunch.
Okay. That's very good that you're adding fruit to your oatmeal, that you're measuring it out so you have a control over the portion size.
Yeah.
That's good that you're not adding a bunch of sugar or...
Yeah, and I forgot, I sprinkle cinnamon on
Okay.
top too for to add a little bit of flavor. Forgot about that. Yes.
Okay, that's really good.
Yeah, spices in flavorings make a big difference.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's really good. So, seems like you have a good start with that.
Yeah, thank you.
So what does your food intake look like on the weekends?
Weekends I'm not as regimented. Mostly on the weekend. Sometimes I do have oatmeal, like the same way that I have it during the week, but sometimes we'll go out for breakfast, or so I'm not as good on the weekends as I am during the week.
Okay, so it sounds like you might need a little bit improvement on your weekend eating
Yes.
as compared to eating during the week.
Yeah, like during the week, because of the structure and schedule of work, it's just easier. I tend to eat breakfast at the same time, lunch at the same time, dinner pretty much at the same time, depending on if we have something going on at night or something. But for the most part, I eat like the same time throughout the day, Monday through Friday.
That's really good. Do you have any food allergies or intolerances?
No, nope.
Okay, that's good. And what about alcohol intake?
I don't drink.
Okay. And what food preferences do you have just in general?
I like a variety of things. For meats, I like steak, hamburger, chicken. Pork I'll eat, but it's not like a high favorite of mine. We'll have pasta, meatballs, for dinner, a typical dinner. Veggies, I like veggies. Celery, carrots, peppers, spinach, cucumbers, tomatoes. I those are kind of my favorites. Fruit, I like fruits too. Apples, oranges, bananas, pineapple, grapes. So I have a pretty big variety of what I like too. So.
Okay, that's really good. Yeah, so you're not picky at all, so that will help. So that's really good. So who shops for the food typically?
I do.
You do?
Yep.
Okay. And who typically prepares the meals?
I do.
Okay. So you have more control over what you can get and how you prepare it, so okay.
Yep.
And what beverages do you typically drink with your meals?
In the morning I have coffee with my breakfast. Throughout the day I bring a water bottle with me to work. I juice a lemon, so I have lemon juice in water, and my water bottle is 32 ounces, so I drink like 32 ounces while I'm at work. And I usually have water with dinner, seltzer water sometimes, ginger ale once in a while. But I try to be careful with beverages because, I mean, soda, there's so many calories. So I try not to drink my calories.
Okay, that's really good that you're aware of that.
Yeah.
And that you read the labels on the ginger ale or whatever you're drinking.
Yeah.
That's really good. And adding lemon juice to your water, that gives it a little bit more flavor.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it makes it, taste so much better. And, I drink it, I bring my water bottle to work with me every day. So I have, my lemon water every day and I enjoy it. If I was drinking just regular water, I think I would just be like, it's just too bland.
Yeah, that's fantastic that you're aware of that and you know what you should be doing and what's healthy, so that's really good.
Oh, thank you.
And now you say you eat chicken, hamburger, steak typically for meat.
Yeah.
What do the portion sizes for that typically look like when you have a meal?
Chicken, I buy thighs, boneless, skinless thighs a lot. So I myself will probably have one thigh. And like to go with it, I might make roasted potatoes, we'll get organic French fries, a salad sometimes, green beans or corn. We're not really like big vegetable eaters at dinner, so try to include that. My big downfalls are bread.
Oh, okay.
Bread and cheese. I love those so much, and I really, really have to be careful. I could live on bread and cheese, which is not good.
Yeah, like what kind of bread do you typically eat?
I like to have rolls with dinner.
Okay.
Like I really enjoy that. Like for sandwiches, I have to say I have gotten away from bread. I've been using wraps more.
Okay.
But I try to choose healthy wraps because when you read the label on a wrap, the serving size is half a wrap. So you're looking at the amount of calories and you're thinking, oh, it's not too bad. And then you look and you say, oh, you got to double it because it's only half a wrap.
Yes.
So I try to pick healthy wraps. So the ones that I get, they don't have a lot of flavor, but they have omegas in them and other like flax and stuff like that. So I try to jazz it up with, I'll put roast beef and spinach and I'll sprinkle some oregano in it, sometimes shredded cheddar cheese, and then I use like a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, like instead of using mayonnaise so it's, little things like that, try to cut back.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very good. I know labels can be tricky like that. It'll put half a serving and then you have to double it and it's like, oh, look at all those calories.
I know. And then the serving size isn't that big. And for all those calories you're like, oh my gosh, and when you really look, it's tricky. It's tricky when the serving size gets you like, oh, it's not too bad, and you're like, oh, well, it's not that good.
And now you said that you eat like green peppers, apples, bananas, a bunch of different fruits and vegetables. How many servings of fruits and vegetables would you say you get with the breakfast and lunch?
Okay, so in my oatmeal, I'll use like frozen mangoes.
Okay.
And I try to keep the portion size to like a quarter cup or less.
Okay.
And also I'll put an apple on my oatmeal. But I'll cut up one apple, I'll put half of it in my oatmeal, and then I'll save the other half to have at lunch. But that's really it. Some frozen fruit on my oatmeal with half an apple, and then half an apple with lunch. And that's pretty much it for fruit.
Okay. Yeah, because I know you said that you're not a big vegetable eater at dinner. Do you typically eat vegetables with breakfast or lunch or snacks or?
Sometimes for lunch as a snack I'll have celery.
Okay.
Sometimes carrots. But really yeah.
Okay. So that's pretty good though that you're getting in a couple servings of vegetables.
Yeah.
That's really good. So how would you feel if I were to share some information about just different kinds of carbohydrates with you?
Sure. Yeah, because that's kind of, I think, my downfall. Because with my healthy wrap for lunch, a half apple, sometimes I'll pack pretzels, or like 2 graham crackers. So I think sometimes I'm getting too many carbs.
Okay.
So, yeah, I need to, but they taste so good.
Yeah. Yeah, so there are different kinds of carbohydrates. You have simple and complex. So the pretzels and the graham crackers, those are simple carbohydrates. They get digested pretty fast. And you have the complex carbohydrates, which is like the oatmeal that you eat, and whole grain bread or whole grain pasta, which gets digested slower. So you want to choose the whole grain options when you can and stay away from the refined or the simple carbohydrates.
Okay.
So how do you feel about that information that I just shared with you?
Yeah, I think that's great. Yeah. So I just need to put that into action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible
makes sense.
for you to eat less of the refined carbohydrates and add in such a snack such as an apple or a cucumber, just has fiber, so that can help you too?
Yeah, I definitely could do that. Because usually what I do too is, after I eat breakfast, I'll make my lunch and pack it for work. So
Okay.
I do that all in the morning. So I just have to, make sure I include that in my lunch bag.
Okay.
And yeah, stay away from graham crackers and pretzels.
Yeah. I mean, once in a while is not bad, but
Yeah.
just every day for a snack.
Yeah, it's just too much. And I guess I look at the graham crackers and pretzels, it's almost like dessert, because you have the sandwich that's just, I mean, it tastes good and I know it's healthy, but it's not like really full of flavor. And the same with the apple, which I mean, yeah, it tastes okay, but the graham crackers and pretzels, it's almost like having dessert.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I could definitely, pack a cucumber or celery or carrots or something to substitute. So, yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay. And you said that you wanted to eat something sweet after lunch because the sandwich or the wrap doesn't have a lot of flavor?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, how would you feel about maybe packing a piece of fruit? Because fruit is sweet, but it doesn't have that refined carbohydrate such as the graham crackers or the pretzels.
Yeah.
And it gives you fiber and nutrients as well.
Yeah, yep. That would be good because I already eat a half an apple.
Okay.
With lunch, so maybe if I include, sometimes I eat yogurt too.
Okay, that's really good too.
Yogurt, like a small container of yogurt with lunch. And like when I shop for yogurt, I read the labels and I try to pick the ones with the least amount of sugar and the most like healthy ingredients, because some of them are just loaded with stuff, and some of them have like granola that you add to it, and like M&Ms, and that's just not good. So.
Yeah.
I mean, try to stay away from those and make good choices with yogurt.
Again, that's fantastic that you're reading the labels and that you're aware of that, because sugar can show up in just about any food and people aren't aware of it. It can come under different names on the labels, so
yeah,
that's really good that you're aware of that. So okay, so yogurt, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yogurt has calcium and has a lot of protein too, so that will maybe help to kind of cut back your refined carbohydrate intake.
Okay.
And replacing it with the protein, so that's pretty good.
Yep.
So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, that sounds good. I think well, first of all, I just have to do it. And I just have to, I think, plan it better.
Okay.
Because like I said, I eat breakfast and lunch pretty much the same time, Monday through Friday. And I get hungry, I work till 3. And like I eat lunch at 12, so I'm not ready to have a snack usually, like say like 2:30, and I'm leaving work anyway at 3, but yet dinner might not be till like 6 by the time I get home and make it and everything. So like kind of something to bridge the gap, say between like 2 and 6.
Okay.
is that's kind of my downfall, because sometimes I'll come home and I'm just so hungry, and that's when, I'm eating the pretzels and the graham crackers and, and I just, eat too much. So,
Okay. Yeah, so it sounds like that's definitely a problem.
yeah.
How would you feel about potentially preparing a snack before you go to work so that it's ready to go when you come home from work?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I could definitely do that. Because like I said, I prepare my lunch in the mornings anyway, so I'll just have to remember to include, wash it or cut it, or so, I can just, when I get home, just take it out of the refrigerator and just eat it. Because sometimes I get home and I'm just really hungry.
Yeah.
So even like in the few minutes that it takes to do that, it's like, while I'm doing that, I might be eating the pretzels.
Yeah. Okay, so that could be a potential goal. How would you feel about that?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Okay.
Yep.
So how would you feel about 2 to 3 days during the week you prepare a snack before work so it's ready to go when you come home from work?
Yeah, I could do that. Probably, I bet you I could do it 3 to 4 days a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being super confident, 1 being not confident at all, how confident are you in that you can do that?
I would say 8 or 9.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Are there any barriers or anything that can stop you from preparing that snack?
If I'm running late,
Okay.
that's really the only thing. And like on a day like that, then if I'm running late, then I don't usually make my lunch either.
Okay.
So like close to work, there's like a little bakery across the street. So, and like things close by that I can walk to get lunch. So I think in the back of my mind, I know that if I'm running super late, the place is just across the street,
Yeah.
and it's not a big effort to go and get it.
Yeah.
So I always have that kind of in the back of my mind. But even when I do eat out at the places that are around me, I try to make good choices, like wraps versus a roll, or bread. So yeah, so I try.
Okay, that's really good that you're aware of that and that you're trying.
Yeah.
Most people, they wouldn't really try. They would just be set in their routine and just go along with what they're doing.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic that you're aware of that.
Oh, thank you.
So let's get back to the weight loss goal now that you have.
Yes. Like 20 to 25 pounds.
Okay. So what does your physical activity look like?
Not that much.
Okay.
I know that's part of it too. I do need to get moving. When I do work out, I enjoy it, and I notice, the next day, like, yeah, I'm sore, but overall I feel better. I sleep better. I just have to get in the routine of doing it. I think I do better when I get up earlier in the morning to do it before I go to work versus coming home and then doing it.
Okay.
So I guess that's more of a mindset, and knowing and leaving myself enough time to do it, and be able to get showered and everything and not be running late.
Okay. So, if you wouldn't mind, would it be okay if I were to just roughly calculate your calories for the day?
Sure.
Okay, so, what's your current weight?
165.
Okay. So, that's 75 kilograms. So, on a low end for the day, that would be about 1,500 calories.
Okay.
And on the high end, it'd be about 1,800, 1,900 calories.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I could definitely stay within that range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you track your calories at all, or do you just do the portion sizes?
I don't track them, but I kind of know, again, because I eat kind of the same things for breakfast, and lunch, like how many calories are in my wrap and how many calories are in my oatmeal, and I measure out the portion size. So I kind of have a good idea, pretty much Monday through Friday, what my calorie intake is for breakfast and lunch and snacks.
Okay.
So I try to, stay within a good range. I try to keep it to, like 500 calories for, breakfast, lunch, and a snack each time. So.
Okay, that's very good that you're aware of that you're trying to stay within a certain range, so that's very good. How would you feel about keeping a food diary so
Sure.
that I can see what you're eating?
Yeah. Yep, that would be fine. I can do that.
Okay.
Yep.
And that would be for 2 days during the week and 1 day on the weekend, just so that I can see what a day on the weekend would look like for you.
Okay.
Because you said that the schedule is different than during the week.
Yeah. Yeah. You tend to sleep in.
Mhm.
And sometimes I'll have my routine of the oatmeal in the morning, but sometimes not.
Okay.
It depends on if we have stuff going on or if we just say, oh, we're going to eat breakfast to kind of treat ourselves, go out for breakfast kind of thing. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And what do you typically eat, like, if you were to go out and, like, treat yourself to breakfast?
I mean, I'm aware of, like what is good. So sometimes, I try to stick to scrambled eggs. I get wheat toast. So, sometimes I'll ask for it, with no butter, and I'll use a little bit of jelly instead. But I do eat bacon. Sometimes, like, depending where we go, if they have home fries, I'll try, I'll eat those, but, maybe not eat them all, maybe share. So try to, so you get the, enjoy the flavor of them, but not eat all of them.
Okay. So that's great that you're aware of that as well. So do you think the weight loss goal, that is the calorie goal, do you think that is doable for you?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yes, like I said, just keep a food diary next time, so that way I can kind of get a general idea of how many calories you're eating with breakfast, lunch, snacks, dinner, everything, so that way I can see you're eating a large dinner and maybe try to spread out those calories throughout the day.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
that sounds good.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident do you feel in doing the weight loss goal, such as, like, keeping the food diary?
Oh, I'd say an 8 or 9.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
really good too.
I can definitely do that.
Okay.
And if I just make it like part of my routine,
Mhm.
and like just put it in my purse so I have it at work so I can write down stuff and just make it part of my morning routine for breakfast and things, I could definitely do that.
Okay. And are there any potential barriers to you achieving that goal?
No, not really. I mean, just myself, and sticking to it. And I mean, I'm in the mindset that I do want to do it, and I am motivated. But sometimes there's those days, like at work, somebody has a goodie or, unexpected things, pop up, and you're just like, oh, I'd really like that. So again, I try to, if you're gonna have something that's not the best for you or has sugar or high calories, like just try to not eat the whole thing.
Okay. So that sounds very good. You sound very confident in your 2 goals. How would you feel about just keeping the food diary? You're good with that. Cutting back on the carbohydrates, the refined carbohydrates. You seem very confident with both goals, which is fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah.
So thank you for your time today.
Oh, thank you. This was great. Yeah, I learned a lot.
That's good. How would you feel about setting up a future meeting in 1 week?
Sure.
Okay.
Yep, I can definitely do that.
And again, the purpose today was just to help you make achievable dietary modifications to help you achieve a goal of weight loss and to cut out refined carbohydrates. Not cut out, but reduce.
Yeah.
Okay, and your homework is, like I said, to keep a food diary for 3 days total, 2 days during the week and 1 on the weekends.
Okay, yep.
And do you have any questions?
No. Nope.
Okay,
I think I'm good.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.